On October 8th, we woke up early in the morning to check off an item that has been on my bucket list for a very long time. However, little did we know, things were about to go horribly wrong, and we were in for a couple very stressful hours. Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
We got into Albuquerque yesterday afternoon, and we spent the night at a friend's house, and got up really early this morning. The reason for that is I am crossing off a big item off my bucket list this morning, hopefully. We're going to the Albuquerque Hot Air Balloon Fiesta. It's the biggest event with hot air balloons in the world. So the reason I say hopefully is we had talked to our friends who live in this area who come all the time, and they said from their house that it's pretty easy getting in, but when we went to get off the exit that Google told us to get off on, it was closed. So now all these people are trying to get off on this one exit. They're out in the highway, and there's a long line, so these people are trying to cut in front. But it seems like a dangerous situation here, and there's no signs for the fiesta, there's nobody directing traffic, and we're still 8 minutes away from this event. So we're 3 miles out, and GPS is telling us now it's going to take a half an hour to get in, which I guess is okay. We can still hit the bigger activities, hopefully. Well, it depends on how long it'll take us to get in the park then, until we get there. We weren't expecting this. Our friends had said if we had left their place between 5 and 5:30, we should have no problem. We actually left a little bit before 5. Maybe it's because it's the first weekend. I don't know, but it's crazy. So hopefully we get in there to see the balloon ascension. Well, it'll be interesting to see if we get in this morning for this event. It's an hour from when we started, and we're still 2.2 miles out before even getting into the place. GPS is saying it's still about 20 minutes to get in, but we're at a standstill right now. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out this morning, if it was worth getting up so early. I sure hope so. We already are missing some of the events, or we could see a drone show going on. There's a balloon glow this morning. As long as we get there by the mass ascension at 7, I'll be happy. We do have an hour to get in there, so hopefully that'll happen. Well, we're getting closer, and there's the first balloons in the background. That's the morning patrol to check the wind.
All right, so a bit of an update. It is 6:30. We got diverted to a parking lot that's a mile and a half away, because that's convenient.
Some people got to go straight to a closer lot. We got diverted. The people in the right lane had to go one way, the ones on the left, there's like no rhyme or reason. It's crazy. It's really frustrating.
All right, another update. It's 6:50 a.m. We have finally made it to the gate, purchased our ticket, got through security. Now we can begin to settle down a little bit, unwind, and hopefully enjoy the day.
It took us 2 hours.
2 hours from our friend's place.
And they are 20 minutes away.
And they're just 20 minutes away.
Oh.
It's it's a bit of a madhouse in there.
But now that we're in here, I am super excited. The balloons are laid out all over the field. There's some balloons that are lit up for the glow. I'm ready to have some fun now. At least we made it just in time for the ascension. I would have been so upset if we didn't get here for the mass ascension. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta runs each October from the first weekend until the second weekend of the month, with a mass ascension of over 500 balloons on weekend mornings at 7 a.m. It's the biggest balloon event in the world. This year was the Fiesta's 52nd year. The cost of the event is just $15 a person. We thought it would be much more. So they're just doing the first send-off and the national anthem.
1,
As each balloon got ready to ascend into the air, we as onlookers waited with awe and anticipation. So we watched the first balloons take off. I actually got a little teary-eyed because it's so magical. Look at them. This is amazing. It was worth the stress. It was sensory overload. Everywhere we looked, balloons were in varying stages of preparation of ascent.
So that answers a lifelong question that I always had, is how they get these balloons started. It's just a regular old floor fan, or maybe not so regular, but a fan itself.
We decided to stop and watch one balloon from setup to ascent. First, the team starts by setting up the basket, unfurling the balloon, and securing the balloon to the basket. Soon after, they start filling the balloon with cold air using industrial-strength fans. This is absolutely incredible. There are balloons everywhere. A little over 10 minutes later, the balloon was inflated, and they engaged the burner to get it upright. It was interesting watching the whole process and learning about what goes into getting a balloon into the air.
Alright, that was probably the mood enhancer that I needed. That is pretty intense when they fire up the, whatever they call that, the fire breather thingy. That's pretty cool. And it warms you up on a cool fall morning.
Each balloon has a team to help it get into the air, including zebras, or launch directors, who are dressed in white and black striped shirts, who help clear the area of the field necessary for takeoff. This festival is unique because visitors have unfettered access to the field, able to get right up next to the balloons as they're taking off. The balloon would now take its passengers on an amazing ride through the Albuquerque sky, with a chase crew down below to follow it to its landing spot, wherever that will be. All around, balloons kept rising into the air. The air was filled with excitement and a kaleidoscope of color. My favorite balloons were definitely those with the unique shapes.
So are you having fun?
This is so awesome. As the sun rose higher in the sky, we continued to watch the ascent of balloons all around us.
Andrew Hawley asked me that a few years ago, and I said, well, undoubtedly, it is the...
And with that, all the balloons were in the air. Well, not all. Some, sadly, were not able to take off, including Mr. Raccoon. In order to launch, weather conditions have to be perfect for each balloon. The balloons have all pretty much taken off quite a while ago. And we were getting ready to leave, but then we realized that some are coming back and landing here, so we're trying to get some. But it's really hard to know where they'll come down, so Steve just went running to try to get this one. At least we could see it, but it'd be nice to get up close to see when they're landing. That'd be fun. Look, the pretty horses.
Get onto
I would release them, yeah. You'd be a great candidate.
a little bit of jealousy there, I'm sure.
Something.
Well,
Tolerating is an understatement.
they're beautiful. Thank you for all you guys do.
He's got a copper piece in there.
So we've been having a blast here. And there's one balloon coming in behind us, a big penguin. We're hoping he's going to land here and then we can get some good footage. So we're just sitting here in the field waiting for this balloon to land. There's a lot of activity. I guess they call it the food mile or something like that. There's a whole section over there with vendors and stuff, but the food is overpriced. It's packed. I think we're both much happier out here in the middle of the field. And hopefully this balloon will get here soon. There's tall Steve the penguin. He's getting closer, but we're wondering now if he's not going to make it back to this field. It'll be interesting to see. One of the reasons Albuquerque is such a popular, successful area for ballooning is what they call the box. Usually when you take off on a hot air balloon, you can only go one way and you don't really know where you're going to land because of the wind. But here, I guess on the lower level, closer to land, the wind goes one way, and as you go up higher, it goes the other. So the balloons can actually go out, up, back, and down. So that's why we're able to see them landing, some of them back here. And that's pretty cool. It looks like he's changing direction and we're not going to see him land in this field. And now we're making the long trek back to the van. We are pretty hungry after this amazing morning and stopped for a tamale on the way out. All right, so you feel it open, and here it is. I like tamales. I finally have a real tamale. It's very good. So instead of paying ridiculous prices at the event, it was cool to find this little booth out here and get what seemed like a pretty authentic tamale, and it was pretty good. Look, after walking 10,000 miles, there's our van. Okay, just kidding, but in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure it was over a mile that we had to walk to get into the park. And look at all the RV parking. All right, and we're back. What a morning.
Yep.
The fiesta was quite an event this morning. We were wiped out after, so we just spent a few hours just chilling in the van at a park. We napped a little bit. Steve watched some football. Now we found an open space where people can bike and hike. We're checking that out a little bit along I believe this is the Rio Grande again. What did you find most interesting about the event this morning?
Well, it was sensory overload. I mean, I don't know, how many balloons? Hundreds?
I think there were 550, I think is the cap.
So, yeah, and, they're all blowing up kind of in stages, and it's sensory overload for sure. It was neat. I've always been curious about how they initially inflate a balloon, so that was neat to learn. And then, just kind of the, I don't know, majesty, if that's might be too strong of a word, but of them all kind of lifting up into the sky and people cheering and being excited, and so it was neat. Getting to the park was a challenge that we weren't quite prepared for.
That was a headache. And stressful.
It's stressful, but once we were in, got settled, and kind of got the lay of the land, it was fun. I'm glad we did it. I would highly recommend it. Just be prepared for crowds, especially on a weekend.
Yeah. We're actually going to be in this area all week, but we chose to go today because the weather can be so iffy. A lot of times our friends said like one weekend might be good and another one might be bad, and they have to cancel the flights. So we wanted to go while we knew the weather was nice. So that's why we went today on a Sunday morning. So it was probably busier. We may go back again for another morning, maybe another evening. We're not sure yet, but it was amazing. I wasn't kidding. Like, it actually made me teary-eyed this morning, which made me laugh. But just getting there right when they were blowing up the balloons and looking around and like all the colors, and I think, like you were saying, the like excitement when like a balloon would start to lift off, people would cheer, and it was just so cool. So I loved it. I loved seeing all the colors, the cool different shapes of some of the balloons.
Oh, and we were both kind of remarking about how easy access it was to all the balloons, which we were kind of surprised by. I did quick research. Those balloons aren't cheap. All the equipment that goes into it, obviously the burners and the propane tanks.
It can be like $20,000 to up to $50,000.
I'm sure it's more for the special designed ones, the special shapes and all that. So the fact that we were able to get so close to those balloons was pretty cool.
This event is actually unique. I don't think at other balloon events you can actually get in close like that. So I think because they said there's been a good safety record, that's still allowed, that they let you actually walk in between. And I was kind of surprised even like that we could touch the balloon and be in between when it was inflating. Like I thought for sure people would be like, oh, get back. But the only time they make you get back is when the balloon's getting ready to lift off. And then they have a team that'll like clear people out. So it was amazing. I'm so glad we went. That's been on my list for a long time. I can check that off the list. It was awesome.
Now for a little bit of a hike.
So look at these crazy plants. They have little balls on them that are fuzzy. I have no idea what they are, but they're actually fuzzy. It's pretty cool.
Audra,
Yeah.
found dinner.
Dinner?
It's a bunny.
A bunny for dinner, huh? Where is he?
See him?
I think you're making it up. I don't see a bunny, Steve. Oh, I see it. One of the really neat things about this area in Colorado, at least where we've been, is that you look up and pretty much everywhere you are, you just look over and there's a big old mountain sitting right there. That's pretty wild. It's hard almost getting used to because it's just so different for us. We're so used to being flat everywhere. It's pretty wild to look up and see that all the time. Another day, another opportunity for adventure. boys we had been staying with were very excited to take me on a bushwhacking adventure to try to get up close to the balloons as they floated over the Rio Grande. So this morning, Steve is in the van sleeping, and I'm out with our friends. We're going to try to see the balloons coming down over the river. So we're taking this crazy little path. We're having a fun adventure this morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Audra, this is called bushwhacking.
Oh my gosh. If I fall and slip into the water, film me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's a cool snail shell.
Snail shell.
Yeah. At last, we made it out to a section of the river where we had a better view of the balloons. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty wild hearing the balloons up above us, how much you can hear as they're heating up the balloons. That's pretty cool. It's hard to tell. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the van. Steve's been spending some time this morning cleaning up the van while I was playing. But I started before he was up, so anyway, that was a fun adventure this morning. It's really nice to be slowing down a little bit, having some friends to hang out with here, especially friends that know the area and knew where to go looking for the balloons this morning. Now we're heading to a library, gonna do some more work, and then more adventures await. Today's a holiday, so most of the public libraries are closed, or maybe all of them, but we did find a little college campus library that hopefully we can get in and do some work at. I feel like you're in space. A little pod.
All right, well, we've been pretty stationary here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in front of Audra's friend's house, classmate from high school. We're here for a few days, so we're going to take advantage of this momentary stationary spot that we're in. Going to change the oil. We have about 5,000 or 6,000 miles on it now, so timing works out nice. It's due, and we have a nice quiet neighborhood to work on it, so going to take advantage of it. Another day, more hot air balloons.
Yeah. Yep, it's another beautiful day in Albuquerque. It's Wednesday, the middle of the fiesta week, and we got ourselves up a little early and came back to the spot where I was with our friends the other day. Now I know a little bit better where to go, so we don't have to go bushwhacking. We found a decent trail, and I dropped a pin there in Google, so we're heading back there now, hoping the balloons, it looks like the balloons are actually coming this way. We saw some that were touching down in the river here, but we couldn't see them directly. They were on the other side of the tree. So today we're hoping to see them touching down and to hear more of them. It's so wild. It is just so surreal to see these balloons floating through like this, and also to hear their burners. It's so wild. Good morning. They're waving at us. That's fun. right, time to head down by the water. You hear the balloons? Trust me, this was a lot better than what we did the other day. At least there's a path you can see here. I did forget it took us this long to get through here. And we're here. Oh, and look at it. Well, this is definitely a pretty sweet spot to see the balloons. They seem to be quite a bit north of us this morning, I think is the direction that way. But it would be really hard to get up that way because of all the bush. So we're hoping some come our way. There might be one coming our way to touch down here. That'd be really fun. Are they coming? That would be so awesome.
Well, I think we might be in for a treat. Number 104 there. Looks like it's coming in for a little bit of a splashdown.
How wild is this? Ah, they're actually hitting the trees.
Wow. Look how close we are. Wow. So that was quite the treat. We weren't sure if any were going to make it this way. And then that black and blue and purple one started making an approach. I thought, oh, maybe. Sure enough, right in front of us. Touchdown.
Yeah. And I thought when they touched down, they just kind of are coming in fast, touch down, and keep going. But they kind of came down and hung out a little bit.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was very fun.
What a treat.
We've really been enjoying our time here in Albuquerque. This is actually, I think, the first time we've cooked since we've been here because we've been staying parking at our friend's place. We've been having dinner with them every night and just doing easy stuff for breakfast and lunch. So it's kind of nice to be cooking some stuff up here. We have a little bit of time left in Albuquerque. We may go see the balloons one more time. We're not sure yet, but it has been awesome being here. The balloons and with friends. It's been great. Are you wondering what Steve's doing here? Well, our utensils are just a little too tall for the cabinet, and they're kind of a pain, so we're actually cutting off the tips. Almost there.
See, now it'll fit in our cup that much easier, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. It was all cockeyed before. We also need to clean up our cupboard a little bit. Reorganize. It was another day at the library, and this library was a very cool library. There's our girl. Hi, Boopers. Well, when the opportunity presents itself, you take advantage. We noticed a water spigot over here by the library, so we're going to refill our water tank. Or Steve is. He's doing the hard work. We've noticed that all the libraries in New Mexico so far have been very unique. A lot of them are the adobe style, and the insides are really different. A volunteer in here said that volunteers in the 70s actually built this whole library, so that's pretty neat. Well, we stopped at a local hiking area, had some dinner. Steve cooked us up some yummy burgers. Now we're just walking around a little bit while the sun's going down. It's a really pretty spot. It's a nice night. Perfect temperature, which is nice. Tomorrow, it won't be so nice. It gets cold tomorrow.
Supposed to get down into the upper 30s.
But we've done that before now, so I think we can handle it again. Anyway, we're enjoying it while it's nice. And it's a beautiful evening.
All right, well, this marks a first for us. We're using a public laundromat.
Yep, a new experience.
So exciting.
Did you get your delicates washed?
Yep.
Steve likes his delicates.
Dryer sheet. Gotta use it.
Yeah, it's so dry here in New Mexico. We had to go get dryer sheets because everything is staticky, including my hair. Maybe I should rub dryer sheets on my hair. Are you gonna watch it the whole time?
It's mesmerizing.
Well, as Steve said, this is the first time that we have done laundry at a laundromat. Kind of feels like it makes us a little bit more official van lifers. I don't know. For some reason, that seems like a milestone, like something kind of weird to do is doing laundry at the laundromat. When I was young, I used to go to the laundromat, but it has been years since I've been to the laundromat.
Now, for the record, this isn't the first time we've done laundry since we've been doing full-time van life. For those of you who might be doing the math and wondering, how stinky are they? It's worked out that the friends and family that we've been staying with or catching up with have been gracious enough to let us use their washing machines. So, I don't know, this is what, maybe the third time that we've done laundry. So, we're not as stinky as you might fear.
No, it's the 4th or 5th time, actually.
There you have it. The official count is in. 4th or 5th time.
Look, I'm folding Steve's delicates.
And it's bath time for the kitty, too.
We're all getting cleaned up. As the week came to a close, I went back for one more morning ascension, the Special Shape Rodeo, and this time made it for the morning glow.
Information there.
This morning was colder than the first morning had been, and it felt really good to stand next to the burners to get warmed up. There goes Mr. Potato Head. Now look at these guys. How fun. So I came back another morning with our friends. Steve's back in the van, coming out to see some of the special shapes. Our last balloon event of the week. Very fun. The Special Shape Rodeo is the most popular event at the Fiesta, featuring over 100 special shaped balloons. Truck's like right in the way.
Wow.
That was a gentle landing. Here comes the bee back down. So the bees are some of the most popular balloons here at the event, and one of the bees had to land because there was a tear at the top of the balloon. So that's too bad. The other two kept going though. It's pretty amazing to see all these different shapes here. It's so fun this morning. So many cool balloons. That's pretty cool.
All right, well, that wraps up our time in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've enjoyed our week here. It's been a nice time hanging out with some friends, checking out the Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Yeah, we've been here about a full week. During the day, we pretty much went to the library and did work, and then in the evenings, we had dinner every night and hung out with my high school friend and his family, so that was really nice. And we're really glad for the opportunity we had with the Balloon Fiesta. For me, that was a big bucket list item that I got to check off my list. It was pretty amazing. It was neat to be able to go 2 different mornings to the actual event, and then to go 2 other mornings kind of trailblazing and trying to see the balloons along the river. It was an amazing experience. Really glad we did that. I took way too many pictures, and I think we got way too much video, so that'll be fun to whittle down. So this is where we're going to leave you today. You're going to have to join us next time as we get our kicks on Route 66. As always, there's all that usual stuff. If you enjoyed following along, hit that like button, leave us a comment, and thank you guys for all of you who support our channel and follow along on this adventure. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.